That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters, right? We're gonna hyper-emasculate the woman, and then we're gonna emasculate the black man, and that was the agenda. So now, I can't bear kids, right?
So it's a problem.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not here to pass judgment. Only God can do that.
No, but it's a problem.
I'm here to give information. A woman has a particular role, and if she doesn't play that role, there's no family or no family structure. A man, the black man, has a role he has to play. If he doesn't play that role, there's no family or family structure. So you've been taught that you're maintaining a child is raising a child as a single mother. So you're thinking that, oh, food, clothes, and shelter, it's not raising a child. That's maintaining a child. To raise a child, you need man and woman in that household. You need a coalition of masculine and feminine energy working simultaneously together. But just because you get support from the government, you mistake the maintenance as the raising, and then now the child is up because that daughter doesn't see a man in the home, so she doesn't know how to be nurturing for the man that eventually is in her home.
The support from the government, you mean like
government
Section 8?
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Okay,
Right.
on that.
But-
I got it.
but-
I'm asking because I want it from you.
But you're being
a
welfare
woman
Section
that
8.
has a
Yeah, that type
successful
stuff.
business.
But you can't.
When I'm talking about Section 8,
You can't.
is
you
that
can't,
a problem?
You can't.
I'm not talking about Section 8. Nobody is on Section 8.
You can't spin me. What I'm saying is Section 8 is the thing.
Nobody.
You and the FBAs, y'all said that Jamaicans ain't black and Caribbeans ain't black and Africans ain't black. And I understand both arguments. Me personally, I don't take that approach because technically all these groups are actually black, technically. You see, I look at the technical aspects of stuff. Culturally, a lot of the family, they're correct when they say that some Nigerian cats or some Caribbean folks who come over and try to claim blackness, culturally, they never really identified as black for a long time, culturally. I want y'all to understand the difference between technicalities and culture. Culturally, blackness was elevated by us, foundational Black Americans. We made blackness culturally significant, relevant, and elevated. Foundational Black Americans did that. Yet, technically, these other groups who are African and Caribbean can say that they are black, technically. And that's why I don't like to get into the technical arguments with them, because you can go back and forth. They actually do have a point, because different variations of the word black has been around to describe a group of people going back to Kemet. Kemet means the land of the blacks. Follow me. Even the Sudan, where Musty Myron is from, even though he's a melanated Arab who hates black people, Sudan in like an amalgamated Arabic sense means land of the blacks. A lot of folks don't know that. That's what Sudan means. Follow me on this. Y'all got to follow me. The Moors, we're talking about the Moors who were up there in Europe. They were prevalent in Europe. Moor, before English, that was a term that was generally meant for black people. You're describing black people. The Moors were not a specific group of black people. That was a term that they used for just black people in general.
So my husband moved to the United States from Europe 6 years ago for college. He came here legally. We were both swimmers at the University of Kentucky. We got married at the end of my senior year in 2022, meaning we've been married for over 2.5 years now. Maybe you'd think he's well on his way to becoming a US citizen, and you would be wrong. After 2.5 years of marriage, he still doesn't even have his green card. If you haven't dealt with this process, I envy you. It requires so much in terms of application process, immigration lawyers, fees that you have to pay. Months and months went by before we heard from USCIS or Immigration Services, until finally we got this letter in the mail. I'm not going to include the whole letter because it contains personal information, but we got a request for evidence. The evidence that immigration was looking for was a completed vaccination record. And what vaccination did my husband not have? The COVID vaccination. Yes, you heard that. In the year 2024, you have to have the COVID vaccine to enter into this country legally. Notice I said legally, because our government does not require a legal immigrants to have the COVID vaccine. Really think about that. Think about how hard our government has made it for people migrating into this country legally in comparison with those who break the law. Because if you just walk across the southern border, you're given housing, you're given a driver's license, you're given money, and our government has never been able to answer basic questions about COVID and the vaccine. If the mask work, why do we have to social distance? And if the 6-foot distance works, then why do we have to wear masks? And if both of those things work, then why the lockdowns? And if all 3 of those work, then why the vaccine? And if the vaccine was effective, then why the boosters? And why was COVID never bad enough to shut the southern border? But honestly, even still, it's a decision my husband would make 10 days out of 10. What good is a green card with compromised health? When this craziness inevitably ends, because it will, my husband will become a citizen and have a functioning immune system. So it's a win.
Now, 2 weeks ago, I seen this video with this black woman. Just yesterday, I seen a video with a black man with the same scenario, and they were saying how when they got in the pool, all the saltine people got out. And I'm gonna be real with y'all black people, and I don't care how nobody else feel about it. Own it. Own it. Look at it like you Debo, and boys gotta tuck themselves in when you come around. Look at it like you a king and a queen that you are, and the peasants gotta move around when you come around. Look at it like the trash took itself out, because we know that these people carry lice in their head. We know that they got scheduled days to take baths. So don't let these people get to you. Be happy that they don't want to swim with you. Own it. Yeah, when I come around, y'all got to get right. Yeah, when I come around, y'all better move around, and I ain't gotta lift a finger. Be happy. Don't let them people get to you. We know what we got in store for us the next 4 years. Don't let them people get to you. Own it, though, because you are kings and queens. We are the blueprint. They are nothing without us. Nothing. Y'all better own that stuff. I'm trying my hardest not to get too crazy in this video, but y'all better own it. Because I know TikTok will try to delete me. Y'all better own it.
After nearly 60 years, finally justice for a group of people known as the Section 14 survivors. The Palm Springs City Council approving unanimously $5.9 million in reparations for the ancestors of families forcibly removed from their homes.
We hope that by working in collaboration with the City of Palm Springs, we can show other cities throughout the state of California that it is possible to rectify racial harms.
The controversy involved this stretch of land in Palm Springs known as Section 14, which was owned by the Agua Caliente Band of Cahuilla Indians. Properties leased to families of color. Pearl Devers and Jovita Ayala grew up there.
It was a fun community as a kid.
It was a happy time.
But in 1959, the city of Palm Springs took control of the land and pushed the residents out.
The city took control over this area and burned and bulldozed us out without sufficient, proper, and in many cases, no notices at all. People literally went to school and work and came home to find their home and possessions gone.
An investigation by the Attorney General called it a city-engineered Holocaust. The city of Palm Springs finally issuing an apology in 2021. Then last night, voting to not only give the survivors nearly $6 million, but to rename a local park and establish a monument on the land listing the names of their ancestors.
When we started this journey, we had to overcome a narrative that had taken root in this community. And that was a narrative that somehow Section 14 was a public nuisance, that it was an eyesore, that the families were not deserving, that this was a community that should have been burned down and bulldozed.
The decision on how to disperse the money will be made by a Section 14 nonprofit board. Rob McMillan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Something that was very nerve-wracking to me out of all of these videos was the first one. The man was simply trying to explain something, and you saw the position of the woman's body. She kept leaning farther and farther back as if he was saying something so outrageous. And as he tried to further his stance and expound upon it, she wanted to state, is that a problem, right? Is it a problem that Black women are being seen or deemed as being masculine? Is that a problem that Black men are being demasculinized in ways of social media, in ways of video, by ways of people within the community as well. And I was a little bit taken back. I was a little bit confused. I'm like, you can't be serious. You just can't be serious, right? And as I commonly do, I will talk about these videos, and I would usually say that, yo, there's a lot of people directly out there. And then people want to come through, and then they want to have these conversations and these arguments, right? So here we have this. As always, I want to bring some comments directly to you. This one woman said, okay, so then what is the black man going to do about it? The three sitting on the panel, are they married or plan to get married before children? Can they work with their wives or future wives to build together and purchase a family home? Women do what they do to survive, especially black women. Another woman stated, are black women really emasculating black men, or is their manhood just fragile as hell? Literally, everything black women do is emasculating them, and it truly makes me wonder. Another person, I don't understand this. 7 out of 10, there's no father in the household because the men leave and put the raising and etc. solely on the mother. What are women supposed to do? LOL, just not take care of their kids because the father dips out? I don't understand this logic. Another person, okay, children need two-parent households. Who's typically the absent parent? Who typically has to boss up and be masculine to make a way out of no way because the other parent wouldn't? Quickly, because these talking points are getting tired, especially when we all see the problem. Again, another woman came up and stated a second opinion. Men be calling women who are successful masculine. She's doing nothing but what she has to do and what she needs to do. I'm sick of hearing this. There is no agenda, just a bunch of people who either do what's needed to survive and thrive, or they don't. So when the question or the response is pointed directly in the direction of women, for whatever reason, as you can clearly see by the examples, women want to get offended and they want to point this directly back at black men, not wanting to even try to give an explanation, not trying to come up with any type of solution on their side of the spectrum when this is specifically dealing with them. Coming from the examples that I have stated, and this is why I speak the way that I speak. I've commonly stated in live streams before, when I was younger, I would commonly see women, young girls who are around my age. I'm talking about high school, right? This is why I say women, young girls. And they would normally, primarily, be single. They would have a child or be pregnant. And they would try to attract or get the attention of single young black men directly out there, because mentally they like to say that they are mature when realistically they are not, because they're still children. No matter how much people want to say that, oh, women or girls mature faster than boys, if that is the case, then a lot of them would not make stupid mistakes. I can speak from this because at no point in time have I ever ran out here and got any random woman pregnant. Never. At all. And I've commonly seen and also been in relationships and known a lot of these girls who have kids. And they feel as though that, oh, even though I still got this child, I can still do whatever it is that I want to do. I'm still the same person that I always am. They want to put their responsibilities on the back burner. They want to leave the kids to their sisters, to their families, to their mother, to their father, to their grandmother, and they still want to go out here and do the things that they want to do, i.e. be irresponsible. And when all of that is going on and they are forced to, in a sense, grow because they didn't take the time out to grow, now they want to go to a point of being a full-fledged woman. And they're like, yo, I had to do this all by myself. I never had no, ma'am, yes, you did. You have family. You have more than likely also friends that may have helped you with your kids as well. You also may have run into different types of guys throughout the extent of relationships that have tried to help you with your kids. I know this because, for example, I've been one of those guys. And when you are one of those guys and you try to put in some type of structure, you try to be some type of role model or a figure, right? You try to be that lead, no matter how young your age is, you will have these women, these young girls decide that, oh no, you're not telling me what to do. You're not going to discipline this. You're not going to say this. We're not following this. It's my child at the end of the day. I'm my own woman. So this is not something that you just, in a sense, see women doing right now. This is something that they have been doing for a very long time at a very young age, which is not listening. Whenever it is that you have a man up here trying to explain, trying to lead you in the right or the correct direction, there's always some type of magical pushback that there's no need for it. There's no need for you to speak at this moment in time. You just need to listen. You've already messed up enough. So there's nothing, as a person that's already laying in the bed that you've made, in this messed up bed, there's nothing that you can sit up there and tell me. There's no pushback that you can directly tell me because you've already messed up your life enough. I'm trying to give you, in a sense, not even a way out. I'm trying to lead you into a direction and more of a positive light so that you can actually start to fix your bed. You can start to clean up around the room. You can start to now move around the house and realize how messed up it is. And you can start to straighten up and fix up because I'm there to try to formulate a barrier so you can situate and make way through all of the mistakes. So you can manage all of the past situations so you can be the person that you need to be. And not even more so for me, but for yourself and a child. But like I said before, a lot of women don't realize up until later what it is that a man or a young man is trying to specifically give to or do for them. And that's just out of the kindness of their heart. Again, you're dealing with a group of people who just don't want to listen, and they feel that they know what is best for them. And they feel they're taking up the mantle of king and queen. They feel that having the mantle or the branding as both masculine and feminine is the title to have. They want to be the title holder. They want to be intercontinental. They want to be the hardcore. They want to be tables, ladders, and chairs. They want to be the tag team. They want to be the world champion. They want to be everything because somebody told them that this was the right move to make. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And let me know what you guys think about the videos and everything that you were able to see and hear in this video in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.